turns. High on the bright cold height, they argue, clouds at their feet. One wants mercy, one wants thunder, both taste of heat. Silver bright armor stacked in the shadowed halls, while on a smaller island a boy stares at empty walls.
Sing the man of twists and turns.
Caught between shorelines that call and burn. 10 long years from the fall of Troy. Name him, praise him, break him, boy muse. Let the bitter story rise. Storm in his chest, stars in his eyes. Over the waves your song returns. Twist and smoke in the harbor, ash in our hair, gold in the sacks, salt in the prayer. We drag their gods down marble stairs, kick loose helmets like children's toys. Cassandra crying, nails on stone. Her broken warnings cut to the bone. We drink in shadows around their throne. Call it fate, call it joy. We took their walls, we took their flame, burned their banners, erased their name. But the tide pulls hard beneath the foam, and the gods already draw the map for the long road home. For the long road home. Odysseus laughing, wine wet grin, dice on the table, scar on his skin. He names the islands he'll own by spring, boasts to the dark about glory. Crew on the gangplank, songs and shouts, arms full of plunder, hearts full of doubt. One pale girl keeps circling out, croaking rough like a story. sky, no stars, just broken mast and floating spars. Names on my tongue, but the wind rips them out. Salt in my eyes and every shout. The sea claws in my chest, every breath a wager, every swell a test. I taste the island I left behind, the curse of a father carved in my mind. Poseidon, hear me, I won't drown clean. You can drag this heart down, you won't take my name, you can break my body, twist it in your stream, but I'll crawl out, breathing, bleeding, unashamed. Dark hands, shipmates swallowed by the shifting sand. I see his face, that single eye, the way it dimmed when I chose my life. Cyclops, remember, I laughed, I called, now the ocean answers, trying to take it all. If a sun falls, does the father see red or just got bones in the riverbed? Is this justice, oh God, or hunger in disguise? Do you fear that a mortal can look you in the eyes? Hey! If you want my sorrow, come and take it from my throat. I have nothing left to bargain but this stubborn, burning hope. Poseidon, hear me, I won't drown clean. You can drag this heart down, you won't take my name, you can break my body, twist it in your stream, still I rise up, choking, laughing through the pain. I will not die nameless, cursing in your rain. We hit the sand at sunrise, bronze on our backs, salt in our hair. Their doors came down like dry bark. We laughed as the smoke took the air. Saddles cracked, red river skins of the sweet stuff passed around. Gold in our fist, warm bodies we sang too loud. We sprawled on the ground. His marriage burns, but so do we. Torch in one hand, fade on the sea. Mouth full of wide eyes, full of green. We don't hear the drums in the trees. His marriage burns, it's all a blur. Cups to the sky, blood on the spur. We feast like kings, then wake like prey. Half of my men get carried away. I say, enough, back to the ships now. They jeered, one more cup, one more kiss. They slept on the arms of strangers, dreams thick as the ash and the mist. The hills grew teeth behind us, dust like a curtain, horns like a knife. They came in waves, hard-hearted. We sobered up into the fight. His Maris burns, but so do we. Torch in one hand, fade on the sea. Mouth full of wine, eyes full of greed. We don't hear the drums in the trees. His Maris burns, it's all a blur. Cuts to the sky, blood on the spur. We feast like kings, then wake like prey. Half of my men get carried away. I drag him down to the black holes, counting the names I never call. Oars in the surf, hearts in our throats, watching the shore take what we stole. His Maris burns, but so do we. Ash on our lips, cold Sodom will breathe. Mouth full of swords, empty of pleas. We still hear the drums in our dreams. His Maris burns behind our wake, fire in the foam, blood on the wake. We live like thieves for one last day. Pay with the ones I couldn't say.
Pale petals in their fingers, dust on their sailor sleeves, sweet smoke curling in the sunlight. Names of home fall through their teeth. Bare feet in the sand, swaying eyes like they just learned sleep. Someone laughs at nothing. Someone starts to weep. These narcotic flowers on their tongues turn their maps to ash, all the roads to Ithaca, blurring in the glass. I call them by their childhood names. They don't turn their heads, lotus in their lungs tonight. Home is something they forget.
something they forget.
These narcotic flowers on their tongues turn their maps to ash, all the roads to Ithaca, blurring in the glass. I call them by their childhood names. They don't turn their heads, lotus in their lungs tonight. Home is something they forget.
Smart in the ceiling, bones on the floor, sheep crowd the doorway. We don't breathe anymore. One night like a lantern, dragging over our heads. He laughs as he counts us. By many are dead. Trapped with the one-eyed giant, while my men are eating alive. He drinks our stolen silence with so wide. I'm smiling, quiet and violent. Let him feast, let his hunger rise. In the dark I sharpen time and the plan inside my mind. Blood on his fingers, dripping into his cup. He calls us little insects, then stoops to more. He swallows us shouting like a bite of bread. I stare at the fire so I don't see lead. Trapped with a one-eyed giant, while my men are eating alive. He drinks our stolen silence with the wine. I'm smiling, quiet and violent. Let him feast at his heart. nobody holds your pain. Call me nobody, that's the name you'll say when the fire keeps eating at the world you made. Call me nobody, action in through your skull. You can pray to the deep, but it answers in full. Soft blur, iron gate, living stone. We tie our fear to fleece each heartbeat, not our own. Salt on my bitten tongue, lanolin, sweat and sand. We pass like a word half spoken right under his gropey hand. Call me nobody as we slide through the fold under bell bright pilgrims, shaking silver and gold. Call me nobody while we count what he owes. All his cages walk out, all his captives go whispered a warning. Don't open the bag, he said. But sailors, they're always yearning for a shortcut instead. Ithaca's lights, they were shining, a beacon, a dream so bright. When King's back, oh, what a drag. Open too soon and under the moon. When King's back, a hurricane jag. Lost our way home, left us to roam. The ropes, they snap like old stories. The masted screamed a sad song. Raves like mountains full of glories. Where did we go wrong? We saw our home so near, so clear. A glimpse, a taste, a fleeting fear. Then swirling chaos took it hold. A wicked tale, a story told.
progress climbs like a curve. We roll in closer and everything worsens. Giant cannibals spear the ships like fish. Rip them from the water with a bloody wish. Bolded from the headlands, raining on the blue. Cracking open timbers, cracking open crews. Only my black ship, claws free of that bay. Oars in the water, don't you look back. Row, boys, row. All your meat on their plates today. For answers, with a voice too deep, Bill turns to a shoulder cliffside to achieve the hell. Like a harbor closes on a map and shout my name, then the sea shouts back. Giant cannibals spear the ships like fish. Hold them up laughing, dripping from the pitch. Hold us from the headland, staring through the blue. Mouths full of sailors, eyes full of yow. Holding my black ship, claws free of that bay. Oars in the water, don't you look back. Row, boys, row. Put your feet on their plates today.
dreamy in every harbor.
Hammers came a-calling, wings on his shoes, said the road is falling, got some bad news. Dark clouds are brewing, a journey so grim. What are you doing, going out on a limb? Hades calling, the river runs deep, knowledge enthralling, secrets to keep. The price of knowing your soul might just crack. No easy going, no turning back. He spoke of shadows, whispers and dread, through ancient meadows, the land of the dead. A coin for the ferryman, a breath held so tight, a heavy burden into the night. Hades calling, the river runs deep, knowledge enthralling, secrets to keep. The price of knowing your soul might just crack. No easy going, no turning back. My heart it hammers, the drum in my chest. No time for stammer, putting courage to test. The hero's journey, a desperate plea for truth. I am yearning, whatever will be. Hades calling, the river runs deep, knowledge enthralling. Black earth, shallow cut, salt on the iron mud, ram blood, steam and dust. I whisper every name I trust. The dark leans in to drink, cold breath, that copper stink. First face, broken neck and grin, helping or shivering, begging to be taken in around this pit of the silent dead. They crowd my hands, they crowd my head. I came for truth, they came for blood instead. At the pit of the silent dead. He falls again in words, burn my bones, my Lord, mark my stone with ore and helm. Let me sleep past this howling realm. Then bronze-gashed kings appear, Agamemnon, eyes of fear, trust no feast. His shadow cries, warm wine hides the night. silent death. Bitter bright, what's a kingdom to a stolen night? Tiresias lifts his empty gaze, sees my wreckage in the waves. He maps each loss in quiet tones, strange shores, torn sails, floating bones. My heart beats hard against his doom as the dead press close to taste the fury. Round this pit of the silent dead, they crowd my hands, they crowd my head. Name by name, I bought a fearful bread at the pit of the silent dead. Salt in your scars, I see your roars like broken stars. A stranger's hearth, a darkened hole. Hungry men devour it all. Their laughter spills from stolen cups. They grind your name to dust and rust. Still in the smoke, your bowstring sings one long note through hollow keys. I am the blind one, but I see you home. All that the sighted fear walks where my words have flown. Cattle of the sun, suitors in a river of red. You will walk in peace when the sea forgets your tread. Do not touch the golden herd, bright backs burning without a word. Each bell's breath is a god's thin thread. Cut it once and your crew falls dead. Black wind waiting beyond that shore, a shattered mast to know no more. You're gripping wood like a single prayer, all that's left of the ship you steer. I am the blind one, but I see you home. All that the sighted fear walks where my words have flown. Cattle of the sun, suitors in a river red. You will walk in peace when the sea forgets your tread. Far from foam, far from the goal's hard cry. You will shoulder an oar under a plowing sky. Find the place where they call it a fan for grain. There you plant your blade, there you lay your pain. Old man walking, dust on your feet, not brine. Cool shade, warm hands, bread, oil and wine, a gentle touch. Then none, your last thought drifting toward the setting sun. I am the blind one, and I see you home. Even when waves grow tall, even when gods throw stones. Cattle of the sun,
We taste the metal on the wind, rust of anchors, sweat of kings. We smell the storms behind his eyes, maps and wounds and half-spun lies. We hear the hush inside his head, names of gods he left for dead. He strains against the knotted rope, neck of stone and throat of hope. Come closer, Captain, come closer, Captain. We already live inside your fears. You cross the line, you burn the harbor, chasing questions no one hears. Your crew keeps rowing in their silence, waxing their ears, waxing their ears. But you want everything forbidden, so drown in what you've begged to hear. We sing in languages of loss, star-skinned charts and shattered oars. We show him future salt and gold, every glory he can't hold. We braid his victories with grief, claws of truth in every reef. He bites the air to taste our names, muscles shaking at the flame. Come closer, Captain, come closer, Captain. We already live inside your fears. You cross the line, you burn the harbor, chasing questions no one hears. Your crew keeps rowing in the silence, wax in their ears, wax in their ears. But you want everything forbidden, so drown in what you've begged to hear. We offer him an easy end, just lose the knot, just break and bend. We promise him the missing page, soft descent from restless age. He gnaws the rope, he bites his tongue, blood and brine on teeth and lungs. We gift him truth he cannot keep, 1,000 lives in one dark deed. Come closer, Captain, come closer, Captain. We already live inside your fears. You cross the line, you burn the harbor, chasing questions no one hears. Your men row on into the sunrise, drunk on duty, blind to tears. But you will carry us forever, wax in their ears, us in your ears, wax in your ears.
Six shadows on the cliff line, six necks, slow as ropes. Salt on their jaws, they blink like broken hopes. Her teeth, the turning world. She drinks the whole blue field. The ship a splintered prayer, each heartbeat one more shield. Between cliffs and teeth, between the mouth and the deep, I choose what I can't defend. I choose who I still can keep. Between the scream and the sea, there's a breath that belongs to me. Lesser horror, bloody hand, still I steer us through the scream.
when every oath is split. I break on rock or drown in guilt. There's no clean way through it. Oh, their fingers claw the sky, their bodies stain the foam. I sail on with their names, hammered into bone. Between cliffs and teeth, between the mouth and the teeth, I choose what I can't defend. I choose who I still can't keep. Between the scream and the sea, there's a breath that belongs to me. Lesser horror, bloody hands still steer us through the screen. Salt on our tongues, empty pots, ribs like fingers, gripping our hearts. Smoke from cold stones, nothing to burn. Every night the same dry prayer. They said, touch nothing on this island. They said, these cattle are watched. But hunger sings louder than gods, louder than threats from the blind old man. We drew hot lines in the sand with our knives. Starving crew at the cows of the sun. Starving crew at the cows of the sun. Gold hide, slow eyes, they did not run, they only breathed. Warm breath on my wrist like they knew what we would be. Fat on the spit, grease on our hands. We joked, we swore we'd pay it back. 'Cause hunger sings louder than gods, louder than tales of a burning sky. We carved our names in their bright red ribs. Starving crew at the cows of the sun. Starving crew at the cows of the sun. Then the fire dimmed mid-laugh, mid-word. Shadows turned thick as mud. Day went blind, birds fell still. Even the sea held its breath. Now thunder speaks louder than men, louder than captains and clever plans. The clouds come down like a closing hand. Starving fools at the cows of the sun. Starving king mask, tar on my tongue. Sky split open, name of my home caught in the foam. Man, I failed. Laughs and lies sink in the dark, same as their bones. The last man on the waves, clinging to a crooked board. Salt in my lungs, every oath I ever swore. Last man on the waves, stars veiled, gods turned away. If this is the price, I'd pay it. I'd pay. Wine dark roll over my head, every old boast heavy as lead, dragging me under. Faces flash, oil on the sea, all of their stories tangled like weed around my feet. Last man on the waves, clinging to a crooked board. Salt in my lungs, every oath I ever swore. Last man on the waves, stars veiled, gods turned away. If this is the price, I pay it. I pay. Was it the song? Was it my pride? Was it one word shouted too high that broke the... I weave their names into the stray, and for each shore they reach it somewhere. Last man on the waves, clinging to a crooked board. Salt in my lungs, every oath I ever swore. Last man on the waves, let the star remember their names. If this is the price, I'll pay it. Last man.
He wakes with a tide on his shoulders, salt in his beard, my name in his mouth. I braid his scars with my laughter, lay laurel leaves over his doubt. I pour him sweet wine at sunrise. He turns his face away from the cold, says somewhere a loom keeps singing of a woman growing old. 7 years on Voyager, and he still sails in his sleep. I offer him forever, he offers me his grief. I press my palm to his heartbeat, it beats for a distant shore. 7 years on Abidu, he's here, but his heart is not mine to keep. I show him caves full of amber, teach the rocks to echo his name. I paint his ship in the shoreline, he only counts the waves. At dawn he kneels by the water, eyes fixed but I cannot command a man. 7 years on Ogeechee, and he still sails in his sleep. I offer him forever, he offers me his grief. I kiss his brow at the sunrise, let the gods decide the sea. 7 years on Ogeechee, I love him enough to set his sorrow free.
Salt in my eyes, sand in my teeth, spat out by a sea that should have killed me. Face in the foam, hands in the reeds, I coughed up a life I'd almost traded. Then laughter like bells on a riverbank, linen swinging in the bright wind's hand. I hid in the leaves, seaweed for armor, shipwrecked king, afraid of a girl. Nausicaa, bright as the morning, you turned a stranger into a guest. One word from you and the world grew softer. You pointed the road I'd forgotten I left. To a doorway of light, Nausicaa, you set my oars right. Well, on my skin, bronze in the sun, I walked through their streets hard like a drum. Her mother's eyes, her father's hall, gold on the walls and a silence waiting. Name yourself, King Alcinous said. The cups all paused in the singer's hands, and the old wounds open like storm clouds tearing. I poured out the years they tried to drown. Nausicaa, bright as the morning, you turned my sorrow into a story. Your father listened till the torches were low, saw my storms and still sent ye on. To a doorway of light, Nausicaa, you set my oars of caves and one-night thunder, islands of lotus and men who forgot. A girl in the loom room who held me too long, the reckoning sea that remembered my name. He rose from his throne and he offered a harbor, oarsmen at whole, let us sleep without fear. Tomorrow, he said, you will wake by your own hearth, and the word home case. To a doorway of light,
Wind whipped my face raw, Troy burned bright and gone. My ship broke every law. Calypso, sweet prison, Circe's swine song. Now this old dirt road, where do I belong? My dog knew me, he wagged his tail then died. A single tear gonna win back my life tonight. Shooters fat and loud, eating my food, drinking my wine. They think they're so good, they are my queen with their greedy stare. I don't know the storm coming, a hurricane in the air. Low, a deadly tune, arrows fly fast under the